I stand here as the first ever MP for Brecon, Radnor and Cwmtawe, the largest constituency in England and Wales. Therefore, I have a foot in two worlds, one in rural Mid Wales and the other in the Swansea Valley. And I wish to pay tribute to my predecessors, Faye Jones and Christina Rees, for their commitment to Welsh politics and their service to these communities. The north of the constituency starts in the uplands of Radnorshire, a historic old county featuring the market towns of Knighton, Rhaeadr, the outdoor capital of Wales, and Prestine. Our constituency has three spa towns, Llandrindod Wells, Builth Wells, and Llanyrtyd Wells. Builth Wells, of course, is where the Royal Welsh Show, Europe's largest agricultural gathering, takes place each summer. At the centre is my handsome, historic hometown of Brecon, home to the Army in Wales, and a thriving Nepalese community. The World Book Town of Hay-on-Wye shows that a small rural town can be a world leader, as does Britain's best high street in Crickhowell, not forgetting the horticultural talents on display in Talgarth. At the head of the Swansea Valley is Ystwyth, the birthplace of the British iron industry, and Pontardawe, where the roof of the White House itself was made. This enormous constituency was not created by popular demand, but was welded together following the previous government's decision to cut the number of Welsh constituencies by a fifth. And Wales responded by cutting the number of Welsh Conservative MPs to zero. Welsh farmers will not forget the trade deals they signed with New Zealand and Australia. Wales wants a fairer deal from this Parliament. Yesterday, we debated the challenges facing the NHS in England. Many of my constituents travel to England for NHS treatment. I have tried healthcare systems across the world. I was run over by a car in the Netherlands and was paralysed by Guillain-Barré syndrome in Argentina. It was a tough couple of years. So I've seen how high-quality healthcare changes lives and saves lives. And I'm sorry to say that the Welsh NHS is in dire straits. Its outcomes are worse than in England. Yet no equivalent review is taking place in Wales. Instead, the Welsh Government is forcing health boards to make heavy budget cuts. They're proposing to cut the opening hours at minor injuries units at hospitals in Brecon, Llandrindod Wells and Ystwyth, forcing local residents to make long journeys, travelling long distances, relying on roads that are often closed, or bus journeys that can take a whole day. People living in rural areas should not have to pay a rural penalty to access healthcare. Indeed, rural areas can help tackle the healthcare crisis that we face. Take obesity. We can lighten the load on our NHS by bettering the nation's diet. If we recognise the true value of good food and local produce, we would appreciate the public health and environmental benefits from the money spent on the agricultural budget. The government must be aware of the massive multiplier effect that the agricultural budget has for the rural economy and should give farmers the stability and the funding they need. Food security is a major concern. 61% of farmers are considering giving up, and the farming workforce is dwindling. Our farmers and growers produce world-class produce, battling harsh weather and constantly changing market conditions. Those market conditions are often set by retail giants. And I know that my predecessor, Roger Williams, fought to level the relationship between retailers and farmers through strengthening the Groceries Code Adjudicator. And it's a shame that the Conservatives did not do more to strengthen that code during their time in office. I will carry on that fight. Only this past week have we seen an important campaign from Riverford, holding supermarkets to account for misleading shoppers with fake farm brands and driving Britain's family farms to the brink. And that's just one example of the challenges that farmers face. We need to champion local food systems, not imports. So let's support the movement towards rebuilding local supply chains, driven by a new generation of rural entrepreneurs who are opening restaurants, building brands, bringing back jobs, and remaking our high streets. That spirit of innovation flourishes still in Wales. We once had the lead in industrial sciences. We were the world's first industrial nation. But now Wales is £10,000 a head poorer than England and still shedding jobs. For both of my grandfathers, the steel industry was the first rung on the career ladder. One of them climbed the ladders at Port Talbot, but now those ladders have been taken away, and those jobs must be replaced for the families in my constituency who are now facing unemployment before Christmas. And if this government wants to back Welsh industry and Welsh jobs, it can show it by backing the Global Centre for Rail Excellence in Oncloyne. Great Britain has no all-purpose testing centre for railway vehicles and infrastructure, but this former mine has been repurposed to be that facility. Give us the tools and we will get on with it, for we still know how to dig ourselves out of a hole in Wales. We're a creative people. We love music, we love words, we love singing. We love reading about other people, which is why my constituency sustains 3 local newspapers, the Brecon and Radnor Express, the County Times and the Mid Wales Journal, as well as the Ponty Mag, the Beacon and the Ross Gossip. And finally, I'd like to thank my partner Gemma, whose bravery and resourcefulness continue to inspire me, and to my son William and our next soon-to-be-born child who doesn't have a name yet. I'm opting for Enzo, so I'd love the House's support for Enzo. And I dedicate my work here to fighting for the future you deserve. Thank you.